At least we'll answer the second part first, 'cause I think you're on track with everything else there. This is exactly right. And then when you can actually change that hover color to something else if you really want to, but that's exactly it. It's the underline or the interactivity that really, oh, look, I'm doing something. This goes somewhere. It's a link. So that's a good thing. Now, let's take a look at your page source. You asked me about the second style sheet. I just want to make sure that you don't have a link to it. Okay, so here's what I would suggest in your case. That second style sheet, rename it to, go find it in whatever folder it's in and just rename it to styles-old.css. So that way you know that it was the original old style sheet. So that way if you're working away and you go, oh wow, how come that doesn't look the way it used to? It is possible that you may have made some changes in that style sheet that aren't in the current one you're using. And if that's the case, then maybe you can find them and copy and paste it into the one you are using. But there's really no way of telling which is which unless you physically went through and said, okay, actually you'd physically have to go through your page and see what looks different, or see if anything looks different, and then go and try and find it. But as far as getting rid of it, I mean, the other option, what I do is I make a copy of my website, right? And I do this pretty much every day. If I'm working on a site, I'll actually make a backup of it first thing in the morning before I start making a bunch of changes. And you can just make a copy of your website, a backup of your website, and all you do is just go into Windows, copy and paste the folder, the website folder, give it a name or a date, and then you can happily delete any old files you're not sure that no, there's an old style sheet in there in the wrong folder. Get rid of it, and sometime in the future you figure, oh, I needed that back. You just go to your backup copy and you can grab it from there, as opposed to holding on to it in the existing site. So, and I pretty much make a habit of doing that. Make a copy of whatever I'm working on, whatever folder I'm working on, and then I can, if I delete something, move something out, I've always got a backup I can go to, and at worst case, I'm only put out by a day. So, yes, can you turn the underline off? That was a question you had. Okay, because it changes color. Yeah, let's take a look at this, and what it is you're going to use a text decoration on the hover. Let's see if we can duplicate it here. And okay, so I'll show you where to go here. Let's take a look over here in this window over here. When I hover over, and this is Firebug, my favorite tool. It's an extension for Firefox. I don't know if I've showed you that before or not, but I highly recommend everybody gets it. But let's say we hover over something right here, and I'm taking a look over here to see. Okay, so where this, if I look up to this area right here, you see where it says A hover, and then it says text decoration underline, and it's in styles, line 254. Okay, and we're looking for an A hover text decoration underline. We want to change that to none. Okay, so let's go open up your styles. I'll show you in a little bit more detail here. Styles, and we're looking for an A hover in here somewhere. About line 254, so not too far down the page. There it is right there. See this word, right? See A hover right here? Text decoration of underline. Just copy the word none and replace underline with none, and that's it. And then you won't have a link. Or you can reverse them. You can put underline here and none here, or none at all.